In moments of crisis, our capacity to see opportunities, to feel hope, to know that we have choices is our life's greatest gift. It's in this expanded awareness that we can rise up into resilience. Now, when that awareness is contracted, we get pulled down into resentment. We suffer, we feel bitter, panic sets in, and we can have moments of feeling despondent. And this is the land where anxiety and depression lives. So depression being echoes of our past, and anxiety where we project fear into the future. In between memories of the past and constructs of the future is the present moment. This is the space where we can let go of feeling anxious or depressed. It's a state of flow. It's where time stands still, where language disappears, where we feel a sense of selflessness. And in that non-identification, we fully accept who we are. And sometimes stepping into this present moment is as simple as bringing our attention to our breathing and allow our attention to follow the flow of the breath in and out. Now, do we want to live in this space of presence 24/7 all the time? No, we're human beings. We want to be able to look into the future and reflect on the past, and there will be times in our lives where we will experience suffering. At some point we will lose someone close to us. We may experience disease in our body or see and feel loved ones going through pain. We may experience job loss or redundancy, lose money in investments, a pandemic. The question is it a pandemic of pain or potential? The pain of a relationship falling apart. And in that sadness, the anger, the confusion, we might ask ourselves, why is this happening to me? This isn't how life is meant to be. And we start to make judgments and comparisons based on our expectations of how we believe life should or shouldn't be. And how we believe life should or shouldn't be is based on our programs stored deep down in our subconscious mind. And some of these programs are supportive. They empower us. They enable us to experience joyful moments, a life of vitality. They expand our thinking and provide us with the creativity to learn and grow. And then we have programs that disempower us, that inhibit our perception of possibility, that compromise our growth, our immune health, our physical, mental, spiritual well-being. So when we shift into the present moment, there are many things that we can do to adjust the meaning that we attach to life. And at a conscious level, it may be as easy as asking some reflective questions. To the other extreme, at a deep subconscious level, where some people go into states of hypnosis to release self-sabotaging patterns and therefore create self-empowering patterns. Our eyes will see what our mind wants them to see, and there are many things that we can do to become aware of where the mind is directing and influencing our thinking. And it is in the awareness that we can choose to perceive a different reality. So sometimes it's not just about learning, but also about unlearning. Now, I wanted to share some things that anybody can do when you feel yourself getting contracted into that unresourceful state of feeling anxious or depressed, where you can shift the energy and rise the vibration up. Now, I'm very aware that depression and anxiety are two very different states on a continuum of different extremes. But in many cases, from a point of presence, the same actions can help you to move into a different state of awareness. So number one, convincer statements. Now, for a lot of people, when it comes to the attitude of gratitude, it just doesn't work because they're not in a resourceful emotional state. So when they say something like, I'm so grateful for this present moment, there's that part of them that goes, yeah, whatever, you're feeling like crap, remember, you are not grateful for this present moment. So that, what we call that monkey mind, that inner critic comes in and has a go. But we all have the ability to develop an inner coach. And one of the many ways is to help silence the critic and give you a chance to shift state and convince it by starting off with stating something that is true. And the mind will go, oh yeah, that's true, tick, allowing the words that then follow to align to that truth. So some examples of convincer strategies might be something like, even though I feel crap right now, or as I see the wind blowing in that tree, or as the sun rose this morning, or as I move my body, And then we follow with our statement of gratitude. And gratitude is simply appreciation for yourself, for someone else, or for the circumstance or environment that you are experiencing in your life. So for example, even though I'm feeling crap right now, I love and appreciate myself. As I look at the wind blowing in the trees, I am grateful for the gift I am learning out of this experience. Just as the sun rose this morning, I have gifts that can rise up and make a difference in my world and the world that I live in. As I move my body, it moves me to feel joy in my cells and have an appreciation for my life. And actually, talking about moving your body, tip number 2 is move your body. Just move. You know, this is the physiology of somebody that feels depressed. They lock themselves away, they feel isolated. And somebody that's in a state of anxiety, you know, there's this shortness of breath up here and then tightness in the chest, and often you might feel pain in your chest. So when we are in these self-sabotaging states, our body releases stress hormones and redirects the flow of blood as it gets ready to fight off this threat, this emotional threat that it's feeling. And the consequence of that is that we suppress key functions in the body that require blood flow for optimal health. We suppress our immune system, and with the fast-paced world that we live in today, we want to be enhancing our immunity. So when you know you're so depleted of energy from feeling depressed and all you want to do is like curl up in a ball, the best thing that you can do is actually get up and move. And as that blood starts flowing, it elevates and stabilizes your mood. So every day get outside into fresh air. Now we live on a bit of a lifestyle block here in New Zealand, so I walk the tracks in our paddocks every day. But for you it may be walking to the park, walking around your neighbourhood. Gosh, walk around in the garden around your house. If inside, turn on the music and dance. Now my son and I have sock races down the hallway. Find something to do that is movement with fun. Now number 3, I have a shoes on and a shoes off policy. So every day, put on your shoes to get outside for your daily dose of exercise, but also get outside with bare feet. Feel the earth under your feet. We are one with nature. So look around and see the beauty outside and then feel that beauty inside your body. We are a part of nature's ecosystem of life. And so it's so important to connect barefoot with the energy and the microbes in our earth. It is critical for our well-being. Research has shown that early exposure our children have to a variety of microbial life helps to build good immune health. Playing in the dirt develops white blood cells, which are essential to fight infection. Now actually thinking about our planet makes me think about water. So it's pretty simple, but number 4 is hydrate your body. Just as every living organism on our planet requires water to survive, grow and thrive, we too as humans require clean drinking water. And being dehydrated is not good for our mental health. You know what happens if you don't put water into your car? It seizes up. So make sure that you are rehydrating by drinking plenty of fluids. And just to put it out there, with the exception of home-brewed kombucha, fizzy drinks are not a cell-boosting fluid, okay? If you get bored with water, there are so many things that you can do. Add in some lemon juice or a cinnamon stick. Take an opportunity to pop in some zinc. I love to have chia seeds and let them expand overnight. Chia seeds are loaded with nutrients. And we could go off on a complete tangent here and talk about foods and vitamins that are optimal for health, but that's another discussion for another time. Something that I don't think we do enough of is actually just stop and fully accept and appreciate who we are. To take a breath and know in this moment that we are enough and that we are worth it. Often with the expectations of society, family, work, we feel a disconnect to the acceptance and the worthiness of ourselves. A baby is never born thinking that it is not enough, but we grow up in a system that rewards test scores, grades on report cards versus effort and potential. Over time we become moulded and conditioned to fit into a structure of how society thinks that we should and shouldn't be. And so we separate, we feel this sense of separation. Take your mind back to when you were young, when your spirit was free and mind was full of curiosity. And as you think about that young, free inner you, take back your birthright to be enough in this moment, to remind yourself that you are worthy and to completely and fully accept the gift of life that you are. I can see my son over there pulling faces at me. So I think it's time to go. But I think I'll just wrap up by saying, you know what? It's actually okay to grieve. It's okay to feel into our emotions. Part of courage is having the capacity to feel vulnerable. And then there comes a time when there is a choice within that vulnerability where you can decide what narrative you want to write into your life's journey. So how do you want to show up and take the lead in your life's experience?